it says, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ.
Thank you very much indeed for joining Piers Morgan Uncensored. My first question for you, I guess, is an obvious one. What do you hope to achieve from our conversation?
That right there, being uncensored. In America.
Now, why is there censorship? You see, why is there censorship? Okay, look at Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. See, the Edomites is trying to hide. These individuals want to have covered secret places. They want to cover themselves. You see, they want to hide themselves. They want to put on costumes and be actors. You see, they don't want people to see them for who they are. When you go into Luke 12:2, it says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. So this is why they trying to censor the people through their Hollywood or their witchcraft that's called Hollywood and television, which is nothing but a hypnotism box.
American media, it's very censored. It feels like an episode of Black Mirror a lot of times. So I've put myself across the line, the point of no return, saying, hey, I know they're going to say whatever they want about me. When I bring up the truth, they're going to say, you didn't get enough sleep. It's because of your health. They're going to call me names for my truth. But these experiences that I'm telling you about are factually things that I've went through and things that I refuse to keep going through and things that I'm not going to let my children go through and things that I'm not going to let my peers go through.
Now, they call this gaslighting. This is what Esau does. He gaslights. See, he tells you a bold-faced lie and see what you gonna do about it. See, he totally blind himself from admitting the truth. And so he's gonna gaslight you as long as he is in existence. You see, and this is what these Edomites are doing. They hide as much as they can, and when they are exposed, they gaslight you.
No pun intended.
Well, look, we are most certainly uncensored on this show, yeah. And I want to give you the time and the platform to really explain yourself, because I think that sometimes sound bites about people, perhaps taken out of context sometimes, can create a very distorted view of what a person really thinks. What do you think, looking back over the last few weeks in particular, what do you think have been the biggest misconceptions about you?
Well, I think there's a left agenda to silence anyone that goes against the agenda. Let's go back to Trump running for office back in 2015. Everyone that was around me in my industry, in the entertainment industry, told me that my life would be over. I would be on the wrong side of history. I've even had threats to my life for wearing the Trump hat. And it even ended up in, destroying my family, and also making it where I have to raise my children differently because I actually am a person that's classified as Black. I classify myself as Jew, but a person that's classified that had been given that title in America as Black in America, that I'm supposed to stay in a block of a vote. You never heard the term white vote. So why is there a term Black vote? How is that okay? It sounds just as racist as a Black drinking fountain. And
Now, this is a part of the curses. And see, Kanye is feeling those curses. Deuteronomy 28, around about the 37th verse, it says, "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword." That byword is black. See, you're not being called by your name that was given to your forefather, Jacob. See, you're not being called by that name that was given to him, the Prince of the Power. You're being called Black, African American. See, you're being called some other name that don't have a nationality to it, that don't have your forefathers' name attached to it. You see, and this is the curses that can't be defeated. See, and the only thing that's even tampering with the curse is that the Spirit was going to be poured out on the Israelites. Look at the promise that was given to them in Deuteronomy 29 and 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God. So the secret things that the Edomites is trying to hide, they belong to the Most High. You see? And so now it's to the point where he's pouring out his Spirit upon the Israelites. And the verse goes on to say, "But those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever." See, the revelation, the revealing of prophecy and dreams is going to the Israelites, and the truth will be revealed to them in these last days, because this book been out. But look at what it says in 12. Let's get 12 and 4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." Look at verse 9. It says, "And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end." So the words in this book, the history of the Israelites, the knowledge of the Israelites, the truth about the Israelites would be sealed to the time of the end. And so this is why this is a new phenomenon, that you have artists and entertainment people coming out and saying that they are Israelites. This is the only reason that's happening. You see, and on a wide scale, it wasn't happening in the 80s, the 90s, in the early 2000s. You didn't see these people coming out talking about this stuff on a high level. You see, so this is why the curses is affecting, and they're not going nowhere.
And my dad, called me. He said, the thing that the left fear about Ye or makes me the most dangerous is I'm rich. And that's the point. Tupac told me back in the days, you had to get your money right and then you go to war. So I'm going to war. I don't have endless resources. I only have like maybe, honestly, only maybe $120 million in my account. But what I'm not going to let happen is I'm not going to let my kids take over Yeezy someday and have a boardroom telling them what to do and talking behind their back. I'm not going to let that happen to my children. So
this bring up my final point. Let's get that in Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus 13 and 23, I think. Bingo. It say, a rich man speaketh, every man, when a rich man speak, every man hold his tongue and look, and he say, they, and look what he saith, Salakia. They extol it to the clouds. See, when it say the rich man speak, everybody hold their tongue and look. See, this is when people pay attention. When rich people speak. And so this is why he's saying they hate the fact that it's this rich man speaking. This is what they fear, because this is a law that the world is set up on. This is a situation in society that they can't change. When a rich man run their mouth, everybody gonna stop and look. See, they might have been blind to the situation. They might have been distracted from the situation by the billions of dollars of money that's been pushed to distract them. You see, but then when the rich man run his mouth, all the distraction is gonna stop and they gonna look. Then what the man is saying, they gonna hold this thing up to the cloud. You see, and that's why the Most High is doing this. Because look at Proverbs 16. It says the first verse, the preparations of a man's heart, of the preparations of the heart in man. That meaning his mind. What he finna prepare to say. And the answer of his tongue is from the Lord. See, this what people are saying. This what these rich men are saying. The Lord is controlling their mouth. You see, he's not just running his mouth, and nothing is going. The Lord ain't got nothing to do with it. Look at verse 9. A man's heart or his mind devises his way, but the Lord direct his steps. So he's operating, but the Lord is the one that got the wheel. He driving the car and pushing the gas, but the Lord got the steering wheel and he directing it. If he gonna take a left, he gonna go right, he gonna go in reverse, he gonna go forward. The Lord dictating that. You see, and so people think they got free will because they can do certain things. but you not directing the situation. See, you just think you are because you moving. You feel yourself and see yourself moving and doing certain things. You thinking you controlling stuff. Who controlling the stuff around you? That's just like a dog or a cat. They feel like they in control, but you got a bunch of people walking around. They bringing food from all over the place. They got doors and fences and all kind of stuff. And the dog thinking that he in control. You not in control. This fence I put up got you going in a certain direction. This food that I got out here got you moving in a certain direction. I'm training and controlling you, man, the whole time. You're a trained dog. You're a controlled dog. What they say? In a controlled environment. See, we in a controlled environment, and we don't ain't no free will. This free will mess is a delusion in these people's mind. They think that they really doing something. When they walk out their door in the morning, they got some power. You ain't got no power, man. The Most High is controlling this thing, and He controlling your mind. Look at even he talking about biting and Trump. Look at what the Most High said in Proverbs 21. The king's heart or the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water He turneth. See what I say about the steering wheel? That's why they say in the church, Jesus grabbed the wheel. He got the steering wheel, and He turneth it wheresoever He will. He doing the turning. He doing the directing. He's the director of this movie. And He control the rich man when he go to running his mouth. Telling these Negroes that y'all not no freaking color. You have forefathers, and none of your forefathers' last name was black. None of your forefathers' name was black or African or American. None of them names go back to your forefather, or Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Antiguan, Trinidadian, Cuban, Haitian, Mexican, Colombian. None of these names went back to your forefathers. Your forefathers' names went back to the 12 tribes of Israel. See, and these individuals in the society, mainly the Edomites, are trying to hide the situation. But this is the Lord, due to His plan on blinding 2/3 of His people and only saving a remnant, because all of them was doing wickedness just like their forefathers. And He put His Spirit upon a remnant of them to return. Let's get that real quick. I ended on that. Hosea chapter 3. Okay, starting at verse 4, it says, For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, without a prince, without a sacrifice, without an image, without an ephod, without a teraphim. Verse 5, And afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek their God. See? And David their king, and shall fear the Lord and His goodness in the latter days. In the latter days they was going to return. And the remnant was going to return and start practicing righteousness. But the main the majority of the nation wasn't going to do this. Let's get Yahushua, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Let's get his confirmation. It says, and I'm gonna just read. Well, let's read both of them. Enter ye into the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. See, Many there be which go there at. 14. It say, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So wide and broad is the way to destruction for the majority of the Israelites. See, that road is gonna have a lot of. He say many of the Israelites is gonna be on the road to destruction. See, only a few is gonna be on the road to that life, to that everlasting life, to surviving these nuclear missiles that's gonna come destroy America and South America and the island. This is gonna be um, a small number that's being saved, just like Noah and his son. Those 8 people was a small number out of all the people that was on the earth when he flooded the place. And so this is how these Edomites operate. They gaslight you and they gaslight the truth, and they don't want the truth to come out. But the Most High using these rich men to get some of these people to look at this thing again, to let the elect that might be still asleep look at it. Look and see what in the heck is going on. And is you gonna decide to die with these red dragons? And the lake of fire, which is the nuclear fire, which is the nuclear holocaust that's coming to the Western Hemisphere, what they call North and South America. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.